David Muir, who's leading our coverage on the ground. He has been throughout the storm. He's there in Naples, where they received the brunt of the hurricane on Sunday. And David, are you getting a sense of the damage there now?
Robin, good morning. As you can see, the sun has come up here in Naples, and it's our first real view of the destruction, the devastation left behind by Hurricane Irma. And you're absolutely right. You pointed out that Irma came right over Naples, wind gusts of 142 miles per hour. And just look at the damage left behind. Some of the roofing here at this apartment building has come crashing down onto these cars. This is just some of the damage. And of course, we also know there was significant flooding. They had been a warning of a storm surge of 10 to 15 feet. There was a surge, but not quite that much. They are dealing with flooding in the streets. But if you look behind me here, you can see the trees came down, the fencing came down, and state emergency management officials say they truly do not have the scope of the damage until they can get out and survey today. I can tell you nearly 6 million customers here in Florida are without power this morning. And take a look at the moment the hurricane hit here. 400-mile wide storm moving up the coast of Florida, making a second landfall on Marco Island. Look at this. This is just incredible. The hurricane then moving slightly up the coast, hitting us here in Naples after 4 p.m. The hurricane hovering right above. We are blocked by two sort of concrete barriers, which is the only reason we're able to talk.
It feels like you're being blasted with the fire hose.
Now the rains are just coming in sideways here, and the winds just continue to pick up.
The highest wind gusts from Hurricane Irma here in Florida, 142 miles per hour.
There's a giant vacuum sucking everything out.
Naples residents rushing to shelters. This mother and daughter and granddaughter making it just in time.
Pandemonium. We were very nervous, very scared.
The shelter door cracking under the pressure as the National Guard taped up the glass, people clearing the front doors, bracing for impact.
They actually just cleared out this whole area. This room was packed with people just in awe, watching the winds just pick up.
For a time, our own team seeking shelter in a stairwell. This is what happens when these buildings, and just be careful, Tom, the awnings on the outside of the building actually are crashing down, breaking these windows inside the hotel. But Hurricane Irma was not finished yet. Continuing on her northward path, Fort Myers next. Tom Yamas was there.
Hurricane Irma is right over us right now, and I'm a little concerned about the projectiles, but at this hour, Fort Myers is getting absolutely ripped apart.
At 11 p.m., the storm was then centered 50 miles southeast of Tampa. The mayor of that city said they were about to be tested.
We have a densely populated area of some 3 million people who are now either need to be out of here or they need to be hunkered down.
The eye wall of the storm containing the storm's ferocious and violent winds, then passing over Sarasota.
For Sarasota, for Tampa Bay, the wind is blowing offshore with the current track, so there is no storm surge here yet. By then, hopefully, folks are in shelter and away from the water.
And this morning, Sarasota is still on high alert amid storm surge warnings up the coast. Back in Naples now, and you can see what these families are going to come home to. And we were thinking about the thousands of Floridians who were in shelters as this storm hit. I remember being in the Superdome in Katrina as the roof began to peel off, and what that was like with all of those families just waiting. These families will now come home to the damage after being in those shelters overnight. And I have to tell you, Robin, so many of these families had so little notice because of the sudden westward shift of this track over the weekend. For many of them, it gave them just Saturday to evacuate and try to find a safe spot to ride out this storm.
And David, what was it like for you being in that high rise as those winds hit with such huge force?
You know, it was really something, Robin. I got to tell you, it crossed right over our heads as we were reporting live during our breaking coverage, and parts of the roof began to peel off. The tiles were being sent soaring through along with all of the other debris, and that's when we knew that we had to get the whole team into the stairwell until that hurricane was finished. But just as predicted, as the hurricane passes through, then you get that lull, that calm before the back end of the storm then hit us then. Robin?
Yeah, that number could grow. Okay, David, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.